upsets that happen between seasons of champions, but never able to actually push and make it past the quarterfinals. So this is a very important match for them.
It is indeed, and here we go, guys. Picks and bans for what could be the final game of the day. CJ Frost versus Samsung Blue. Yasuo, the first ban against Dade, of course.
Banned every game tonight, of course. Yasuo,
no shock there.
One of Dade's comfort picks these days, and people are still scared of his Yasuo, even though exhaust was changed, which is
rightly so.
And look, there's the respect ban for TF.
I think you have to. I totally agree with this. Yeah.
So Nidalee and Jax taken out already. Are they going to leave Ziggs up? They should leave Ziggs up and try and first rotation it on blue side. There's Thresh. So Frost needs to decide whether they think that Ziggs or the Lee Sin is more important right now. And blue should, I think they should take the Lee or the Ziggs and Leona on their first rotation just to deny it from Frost.
I agree. And what'll it be for Frost for that first pick? Putting a lot of thought into it.
Well, this
is their season on the line right now.
Of course, Lee Sin has been so dominant over the course of this season. Lee Sin has won all 3 games so far. And so giving it up is a risk, but also they saw what happens when Dade is on Orianna or another champion that he may not be as comfortable on.
Very true. And what's it going to be? You know, I feel like the smart move really is to take away that Ziggs, but they are going to first pick Leona. Wow, really?
Well, the Kha'Zix is up, so they're confident that they're going to be able to get one of the good junglers right there, but I really would have taken that Ziggs first.
Yeah, that's a big risk taking that one. I mean, Mad Life obviously a great support player, and Leona an ambiguous pick early on, but that's a risk, a big risk taken by CJ Frost right off the bat.
And now they're probably going to counterpick this with LeBlanc. I think Coco said, it's okay, we can let him have the Ziggs as long as I can play that LeBlanc again, get that same matchup that they had earlier tonight in Game 2.
I gotta say, I really like Ozone's coats too. Those are awesome.
They do
or Blue's coats rather this time around. Yeah, Samsung's coats in general.
The motorcycle jackets.
Yeah, they're cool. I like it. And so, Caitlyn and Renekton possibly. Lucian and Renekton would probably make a little bit more sense.
Now, when Shy had the winning lane in the first game, he really crushed it. So I think they're trying to replicate that a little bit. They want to have that very powerful Renekton Lee Sin gank combination, but that'll cause Acorn to flip over to Shyvana, and he's going to take teleport this game.
Okay. And what's it going to be for Deft here? Will they grab the support, or will they pick up the AD carry right now? Could go either way.
It's not going to be Cassiopeia.
Yeah, I kind of doubt that, Alistar for Heart would not be a bad choice. He did an extremely good job before. And, you know, it doesn't really matter what you pick at this point. I mean, as far as, like, worrying about them taking away one of your support or carry picks, obviously it's not going to happen.
Well, the debate I think that's going on in the Samsung booth right now is, do we take the Alistar and go for the 2v2? Or since we don't necessarily want the Renekton-Shyvana matchup, are we just instead going to try and lane swap and maybe get a little bit of a better support for a lane swap situation?
Yeah. Well, Coco on LeBlanc, so he is going to get a bit of a comfort pick for himself, and there obviously is going to be that Lee Sin for Swift. Why would you not pick that at this point? And I would imagine both of those are going to get locked in.
Yeah, more than likely, I think that this was his answer to Ziggs in Game 1. Of course, he did do well against Ziggs because Dade doesn't run heal or barrier. Yeah. So it is dangerous to play this Ziggs in the mid lane against the LeBlanc when you have just Flash and Ghost.
Right. And just kind of waiting for that counter to tick down, and should be a lock-in for these two champions, and that should complete the roster for CJ Frost in Game 4. And it will. All right, so Samsung Blue, the final pick coming out for them, and Ezreal, I would have to say that'd be a pretty good pick at this point.
It gives you a lot of mobility, and of course it is Deft's go-to, always his go-to champion.
Yep.
So Good stuff right there. It's going to be actually really hard for them to lock down Ezreal with the composition that Frost is running.
Yeah, you know, you're right.
Swift did a really good job of punishing Deft in game 1 on Kog'Maw, but I think it's smart of Blue to move away from those immobile AD carries and into something where Deft has better positioning, and if he can dodge the Mad Life ultimate, it's going to be very hard for CJ Frost to engage on him.
Yeah. This is the big battle right here, though. Mid lane, Ziggs versus LeBlanc, Dade versus Coco. Dade having a fantastic game in game 3, but can he win one and finish it off for Samsung Blue here?
Well, Frost is going to have to win early here, and they're really going to rely on LeBlanc's ganks and movement into the side lanes, trying to make pressure and get some kills, because the scaling from Samsung Blue here is going to outstrip CJ Frost come the late game.
That's right. Well, here we go, guys. Do or die time. Samsung Blue trying to make it to the semifinals, and CJ Frost trying to keep their dreams of moving on in Champion Spring alive. The game is loading, and it is time. She's ready. I'm ready. You're ready. Let's get in the game.
정말 오랫동안 참았습니다. 비시즌 최강자라는 타이틀 이제 벗어 던질 때가 됐습니다. 항상 비시즌의 최강자라는 이름이 불리고 있었는데 이번 시즌은 확실하게 더 좋은 모습 보여드릴 수 있도록 노력 많이 하겠습니다.
And it is time. Welcome once again to Summoner's Rift Group B Set 4, CJ Frost versus Samsung Blue here on Champion Spring. Thanks for watching, guys. We definitely appreciate it. We being Don, Monte Cristo, and everybody at OGN.
That's right. Thanks to you.
That's right.
OGN Legion.
The loyal subscribers, the OGN Legion.
Well, it's like a pretty passive level 1 start right here. Mad Life, or Heart rather, will drop a ward right by his red buff. I see Alistair, I just assume it's Mad Life.
That's true. You know, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird to see a Mad Life doing well, and it's or an Alistair. See, I'm doing it too. An Alistair doing well, but it's not Mad Life. That's yeah, strange. It's eerie, in fact. What weird Twilight Zone is this?
Yeah, we talk about Alistair picks here in Korea. The only other player that really comes to mind is Mafa.
Yeah,
from the KT Bullets.
True enough. Or maybe what was it from Team Dark? Jibao? Was that his name? Gibao?
Gibao, yeah.
Gibao. He had a pretty good Alistar until they were disqualified last season, but he looked okay for the meantime.
All right, so 4-man invade here from Samsung Blue as they look to steal away this red buff. A bit risky, but they have their jungler on that side of the map, and
yeah,
Acorn will know that there's going to be a rough time in store for him in the top lane. He's just messing around with his recall right now. He's actually going to go back.
Yep.
Instead, he's going to actually start the double golems and then figure out that Renekton is on the top side of the map and change his mind.
Going to be a little bit down in XP because of that. Not much, but every little bit counts in that top lane. Mad Life getting forced back a little bit. Oh, and we're going to have a pause. All right. I got to say, I love the Pool Party Leona skin because it's fun to just like spam Control E and like wave your parasol around in lane. Usually that's what I do because I'm just kind of, I like zone and then I scare them back and I just sit there and wave my parasol around and taunt them.
Well, sometimes it can look like you're actually about to cast your Zenith Blade, too.
Yeah, that's true.
So there is a little bit of a mind game to that as well.
Yep, that's definitely one of the fun things with that, too. And back in the day when you could just go all armor and Doran's shield, like they could auto you and you would just like spam Control 4 there and just start laughing at them.
To be fair, you can still do that.
That's true, but it's not as insane as it was. Like,
yeah, the nerfs to Doran's shield did hurt that a little bit. But
solo queue is hilarious at low ELOs with that Leona build. You just like walk up and start attacking him and they'd be like, I don't understand why he's not taking damage. And you can win lane so easily.
It is rather amusing. Well, top lane, Acorn really got thrown for a loop right there.
Yeah, a little bit of a traumatic beginning for him in this game, but we're only 2:20 in, so we'll see.
Yeah, I think he got a little bit confused because he saw the Lee Sin going up towards his red buff, and he assumed that they would be doing the buffs on this duo side of the map, which is usually what you do for safety as a jungler right there, but Frost taking a little bit of a risk instead, and so that's why he started to do those double golems.
Is it really a good idea to put the wanted posters right in front of the people that's on them?
I mean, it does make them really easy to catch, doesn't it?
I guess so. Like, I don't know. It's like, well, I guess there they are.
Maybe they're just taunting the police, saying that we're wanted and you can't catch us, even if this poster is right here.
Maybe.
And everyone knows that we're wanted.
Could be. Nothing they can do. Yeah. All right, well, Deft and Hart in that 2v2. And I'm sure Mad Life would want to taunt if he had the chance, but when you're on the verge of being eliminated from the tournament that you're in, it's not exactly the time for taunting, but it is the time for Zenith Blade onto Deft.
Whoa.
Nice burst. Wow, that was a sick play from Mad Life in space.
And there's really nothing you can do about it.
No, there's not.
Hart didn't have the headbutt. He was only level 1, so that was a great timing for Mad Life in space to go in, find the angle right as you hit 2 first.
It's so crucial when you're in that Leona lane to make sure that you get that level 2 first. Just having that Zenith Blade stun combo is so good for doing exactly this, for pushing back the lane, for poking heavily, for, if you're lucky, maybe even getting first blood.
All right, well, just keep pushing up, keep pushing their advantage. They won't be able to do that kind of all-in again, though, now that Alistar, well, once he hits 3 and actually gets his headbutt.
Yeah.
They're just sustaining under the turret right now. They know they're going to get 3 by the time they push out the lane again, so he just wants to be able to heal up and make sure they can get a few more CS under the turret.
Yep, why not? Might as well, right? Meanwhile, Spirit just farming those mini lizards. Mini lizards? Is that their official title? Mini
I don't
lizards?
know. Lizards.
Micro lizards?
Micro lizards?
Street sharks? No, that's not. That's something completely different. They're jawsome.
Oh, God. We're back to that, aren't we?
Horrible.
Horrible show.
Worst anthropomorphic animal man cartoon of the 90s right there.
There were a lot of them, too. So.
There were. So, I mean, that says a lot. And if whoever made Street Sharks watches OGN, sorry, man. I know it was a dark time for you.
It was bad.
Yeah. We'll never let you forget, though. Sorry.
The fans got really mad the last time we said Street Sharks were bad, though.
Yeah, but it's true. Oh, there we go. See, because we have a pause, we can say that Street Sharks, they were really like, that was like the Jar Jar Binks of 90s anthropomorphic animal superhero cartoons, wasn't it?
It was.
Even Samurai Pizza Cats.
Oh, wow.
Was better than Street Sharks.
In Doa's tier list of anthropomorphized
I'll be releasing my tier list on
cartoons
Sports soon.
From the 90s. You're going to have your tier list of Samurai Pizza Cats over Street Sharks.
I've got my rankings, man. Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, right?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Okay.
The classic, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. At least they, will be until Michael Bay. Who knows what he's going to do to him this year,
No.
I don't know. Oh, well. Had to happen eventually, right?
Dade looks like he's having a little bit of trouble with his mouse right there. So
that is not something you want in League of Legends.
Zooming in on his hands really helps.
Yeah. Well, I mean, focus, right? Yeah. The hands of Dade. Those are the hands that made all those sick TF plays last game. Really good stuff. And Coco on the other side, a lot of pressure on him this game to make some big plays with that LeBlanc.
Yeah, he really has, he has to roam well, and he has to shut him down. Now, CJ Frost has a really good pick composition here. They have a lot of good single-target CC, but they're going to be really relying on their ability to make picks once we hit the mid and late game, because they're not going to be able to start a team fight even against the Shyvana and Ziggs that are going to scale so very hard into the late game. So Samsung Blue has to make sure they have the vision and stay grouped up once we hit about 30 minutes into this game.
Well, Shy has been, aside from game 1, kind of relatively quiet tonight. Hasn't really had a big impact on things.
He's been putting into some losing lanes,
that's
though.
Why,
and you really have to say, Shy, in spite of how hard he lost his lane as Aurelia and how much he was punished by Spirit and Acorn, he really did have a major effect on the late game.
He put up a fight. All right, looks like the pause has ended. We're moving back into the game. Good news there. All right, we're back. And hopefully Dade's mouse issues are all worked out. Mouse issues, not mouth issues. I think his mouth is probably just fine.
Nope. A little dodge there from the side.
Yeah. Oh, a little bit of damage onto Dade. Coco trading pretty evenly, but Dade coming a little bit ahead. He's low on mana, though, so you can't really continue this too much. Spirit is there, and they have that ward to spot Swift as well. Wow, more poke onto Deft, really low in the bot lane. They've got that heal, but...
Yeah, they do have better sustain.
Yeah.
I'm a bit surprised. I'm not quite sure how he managed to get poked so low.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I mean, it could have just been another Zenith Blade burst combo from Lucian as well, too.
Yeah, he needs to take care of his positioning. Wow, there's the flash.
Oh,
Pulverize.
Here we go. That's right. And Spirit coming in, accidentally knocked Space away. And now they got to back off. Mad Life coming in, backs off immediately. Space doing a lot of damage to Deft. Swift is there.
Oh, that was a failure of a gank thanks to Hard's headbutt right there.
Whoa, look at this. So they might catch Spirit. Swift taking some turret hits. Can they dive this?
Good play by Swift, though. He popped over the wall with his ward because he thought he might actually be recalling in that brush, and he forced the flash.
Yeah.
So pretty solid win. He's going to get some free time in Spirit's jungle as a result of that.
Well, stealing white, possibly going over and stealing wolves as well, too, is going to be really nice for Swift. And, you know, once again, it looks like he's going to recall. But once again, either way, Lee Sin really making his presence felt in this game.
That was just a very smart call there from Swift, and it's always great to be able to get a summoner spell out for free effectively. Acorn now just TPing back to the turret. You can see he's been really punished in this lane so far, but
he's got the Ninja Tabby now.
Yeah, using that decreased timer on the teleport if you go to the turret to the full extent to try and not fall further behind, but Shy really doing a good job in lane to be over 20 CS up at 6 minutes and force a teleport is great for him.
So apparently you just take regular boots, and there's the ultimates activated for both top laners. We see it all the time though, but so you take your regular boots, you wrap a shirt around them, and they become Ninja Tabby.
Well, you can. It muffles the footsteps.
Yeah.
Doa.
Oh,
also,
that's Somebody tell Shen about this, man. Spirit can't quite get there in time. It makes sense. I understand Ninja Tabby.
You know what doesn't make sense?
What doesn't make sense?
You have Ninja Tabby, but they actually, the purpose of them is to decrease damage from somebody like hitting you with their auto attack.
Well, you
like
block it with your feet.
Shooting you with a gun, or
if you're
hitting you with a sword.
If you're a ninja, you're always going to be like jumping around on the ceiling and stuff. So that means your feet are about the right height to like block punches and stuff. So
I'm just wondering why a ninja would need this. Wouldn't a ninja just dodge things or not be in a place to get hit in the first place? Shouldn't they be tank boots or something?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Like durable boots.
Armored greaves?
Yeah, exactly. That would make sense.
Petition to change Ninja Tabby to armored greaves. It actually makes sense.
You going to start the Reddit
you know
thread,
what?
or should I?
You know what?
Whoa, Swift. He wants that white.
I don't think Riot knows what a ninja is. I just think they don't even know what a ninja is.
Be like, I think he's a guy that wears a lot of armor, runs into combat with a loud noise oftentimes, and does his best to protect people.
I'm now increasingly convinced that Riot has no idea what a ninja is.
We can only presume, but it sounds plausible. If I was a Mythbuster, man, I would give that one plausible. Yeah. All right. I'll take it. Next time we're at Riot HQ, we'll ask them.
We'll show them a picture of a ninja and a picture of a knight.
What is this?
And we'll say, which one is a ninja?
I'm sure they would love that. That's right.
Please find the ninja in this picture. All right, well, Spirit coming in for a gank onto Shy here. Acorn doesn't have his ult. He's going to get it up soon. Dominus already popped.
Shy still has flash as well, and he may not even need it. Yeah, this slice and dice. Inferno Bomb coming through, and he's actually going to flash back in onto Acorn. There's a stun. A little bit of damage, trying to set things up for Coco to get a kill or two. Swift is there as well. Acorn dodges around. They're going to get Swift, though. Yeah, that's first blood going to Swift, rather, taking out Spirit. And Acorn, doesn't get the execute. Shy picks up that kill.
But that's exactly what they needed right there, was a really good roam from Coco. This is going to set up their early game. Dade coming down. He doesn't have his ult. He used it to try and pick off Shy, and he's not even going to get anything at all. He starts roaming back up to the mid lane.
Wow. Well, Space and Mad Life having a rough time in the bot lane, but luckily for them, the rest of the team is doing work in other parts of the map.
Well, they're having a tough time right now, but they do have the CS lead, and they've kept Samsung Blue's bot lane bottled up under the turret in spite of them having this Alistar pickup right here.
Yeah.
They've been able to get a surprisingly large amount of damage onto Def. Nobody has actually gone back in that lane. Pretty late recalls.
Oh, here we go. There's a flash in again for Akon. Really nice setup from Shy.
Yeah, and Coco exactly here at the right time. They're able to move around. Now he sneaks around the outside through the brush. Surprised that timer for his death was so close right there, but just couldn't quite get the execute shot.
Just like, sucker.
Well, that's going to be a GIF pretty soon, I'm pretty sure.
So. Yeah, it should be, man. That should be. The smug chuckle.
The smug Shy chuckle is almost as good as the smug Piglet smirk.
You can be sure that he let out like a little bit of an evil laugh during that. He was like, yeah. I thought so. Yeah.
That's why I'm the best. That's what he was thinking right there.
Yeah, I'm Shy. And not in the socially awkward sense.
Didn't look too shy right there. He looked pretty. He looked pretty darn confident.
He did. Yeah, that was a aura of confidence around him.
Well, he'll have to change his handle after this.
Confidence, bold, maybe. Brave. No,
I like smug.
It's been used already. Smug, CJ Smug. That sounds like a rapper name. Or something.
It does sound like a rapper name.
Maybe that's Chober's rapper name. He hasn't told us yet. Could be.
So deep wards going in right now. Swift making a circuit through the enemy jungle.
Oh, just Swift coming in behind Dade. Dade satchel charging over the top.
Not even having to use a summoner right there. Quick reflexes from Dade.
Yep.
And he'll be able to just keep farming up in that lane. Now, it's not the end of the world for Samsung Blue.
Oh, onto Hard. A little bit of burst there. There's a solar flare as well. Hard in a little bit of trouble. Mad Life having to back off. But there's the culling. Hard body blocking that one a little bit.
Yeah, body blocking with his ult right there. They don't want to move any further down. Dade, now they're making moves onto Dragon.
Yeah, they might as well. Nothing Mad Life
Acorn on a bad dash away. Now, Acorn
Where have I seen this before?
Oh, nice follow. But Acorn does have level 2 boots already and burnout, so he's going to be able to, well, not get away, but drag him out for a while. Oh, nearly getting Swift.
Yeah.
But that's going to give Dragon over to Samsung Blue. Now, it's not a lot of gold, and they're still going to be down. They're also going to lose their top tower for it.
Yeah, very, very soon. Looks like Dade is going to try to delay that a little bit anyway with the ultimate.
Deft has 3,200 unspent gold at the moment.
Wow, I think it's time to go back and buy at that point.
Well, you can see the duo lanes were really delayed because it was mostly a farm lane where Blue was sitting under their tower just sustaining with Alistar. So Space actually just goes back and picks up a BT in one go.
We'll see what Def buys. Probably going to be a couple pieces of that Trinity Force. No, just picks up a blade. Oh yeah, of course it's Deft. Why would I expect anything else? Oh, Coco takes some damage from Spirit, and he's going to come in and try to burst him down. There's Swift. Can he get the kill? Spirit in trouble here, and he does. Swift with a nice move under turret to claim that one.
Swift's Lee Sin mechanics are some of the best I've ever seen. He's just on point with absolutely everything.
Yeah. Yeah, he's looking really good, and it's almost looking like a repeat of game number 1 here. You know, dare I start to entertain the thoughts of a blind pick game here? I would not complain.
Okay, I would love to see that. Deft goes for the Blade first sometimes on Ezreal. Last game he went for the Trinity Force first and then into Blade. A bit interesting, but I think he feels he needs more sustain in lane this time. And he also, due to the... He's going to need the heal due to the burst, the heal on the Blade active, and I think he just wants to be able to kite this one out. He knows if he can...
Oh, Acorn getting a little bit pincered here, and he's not going to make it. Wow, an easy gank and CJ Frost just blows this lead wide open.
I think the most impressive part of this, Doa, is that Shy is doing this without Tiamat. He's doing this with a tank item.
That's right. That's a good point.
So he's really outlaning Acorn right here.
Wow. Way up on CS. Way up on kills. 2 turrets to 0 in favor of Frost now as well. And CJ Frost, after a rough couple games, comes back really strong when everything's on the line. This is their entire season resting on this game right now. Mad Life with the Zenith Blade onto Def. There is the Solar Flare, doesn't quite hit.
That was a bit of an awkward Solar Flare.
Yeah, it was. They got the flash. I don't think he had the timer on the flash there, but Dade gets caught. Heart, meanwhile, coming in onto Mad Life. They knock him back, and Def might be able to claim the kill, but look at Mad Life being so tanky. He survives it. He backs off. Space in trouble, though. Def gets that kill, and now here comes Acorn to get the kill on the Mad Life, so a little bit of a win there for Samsung. Oh, never mind. Coco comes in to claim the kill on Def, and he should be able to escape.
Wow, Coco actually mimicked his distortion right there, and he totally juked Acorn, going all the way back to his starting point after coming in and just getting the Ignite down onto Def. Very nice play. Swift now making an attempt at the blue buff.
Oh, Zigzal.
Couldn't quite get it.
Yeah,
and they
close.
don't get an objective off of it either, so Frost starting to pick up steam. They are moved into a pretty nice position in terms of a gold lead. But again, they need this. They need to enter the mid game and the late game with a gold lead to be considered even due to scaling, due to the presence of teleport. But Acorn with a good teleport play to at least pick up a kill.
Yeah, the game's definitely not over, not by a long shot, but Frost has certainly done what they needed to do so far anyway.
Yeah, scary position though. Shy is up an entire Spirit Visage on Acorn at the moment.
Wow, yeah.
So they've got their work cut out for him. They've got to turtle really hard right now. Mad Life also made a very good play in that skirmish. He saw Def charging up his True Shot Barrage, and he flashed over Def to avoid it.
Def, Arcane Shift out of that one. There's a Pulverize knocking up Mad Life. Mad Life not closer to the turret. Takes a lot of damage there.
Yeah, they need to back off immediately. Mad Life is a little bit too low right there. Blade of the Ruin King active is available. Heart.
Okay, calling on to Heart, just pushing him back.
He has his ultimate available in a few seconds, however, so he can always re-engage and just not take any damage at all over the period of his ult. So you have to be pretty worried about that.
You may see that. Also that Blade active, something that Space really needs to be aware of here.
Acorn playing really scared in the top lane now. He's mostly just going out, trying to farm the jungle. Shy has no fear of pushing down all the way to the inhibitor turret. He has a nice pink ward in the brush by the red buff. So feeling quite safe in this circumstance. Also, Dade just not really a threat. Now, Samsung Blue could turtle this one out pretty darn well. They have the Ziggs, which is crucial for that wave clear, and it allows you to prolong games to a pretty significant degree. And also the wave clear just not too great on CJ Frost. Now they do have LeBlanc, who can clear waves using her distortion.
Yeah.
But you do have to be a little bit worried because you can get caught doing that. There's a very small timing window, but there is a timing window.
Spirit tries to get a kill onto Swift here. Can he do it? Dade is right there as well. Swift dodges that bouncing bomb. Oh, but there's the satchel charge. Brings him back in. Nice play from Samsung Blue to get that one.
Really nicely done with the satchel charge. And there's the dragon coming up in 7. Now Shy's already made the rotation. Shyvana will not have teleport up, and the wave is pushed in the bottom lane. So this says Samsung Blue likely just to give this one up because they realize they need to get some farm onto Acorn. But there's a dive.
Oh, the dive is coming in. Mad Life trying to make a play, gets knocked away by Heart. Shy there as well. Looks like Heart's going to give up his life for his AD carry. A noble support thing to do, but it will be a kill and a turret for CJ Frost.
Yeah, in response, Shyvana going to go ahead and check the blue buff right here. Doesn't see anything at all and moves over to do a little dirty farming, going to run into Swift. But yet, Swift is not there. They do not actually have a smite, but they don't need it. Everybody moving back.
You know, nobody from the enemy team is there. Smite becomes not quite as important. And 8-3, now a 5,000 gold lead for CJ Frost. 4 turrets to 0. And things are looking pretty good. Not bad at all. They continue to kind of grow this lead too, slowly but surely.
Acorn heading back after pushing the wave up the turret once again. I mean, Samsung Blue, they've lost all their outers and one of their inner turrets in the top lane, not having been able to take down a tower of their own.
Yeah, well, Shy's already been all the way up, knocking on the door of that inhibitor turret even. And Coco just coming in for some wave clear. That turret's still with plenty of health remaining. No worries. And Lee Sin just taking out his anger on a ward, and a poor unfortunate minion that was foolish enough to follow him into the jungle.
Hart just doing a little bit of clearing right here, seen by the edge of the pink ward. And wow, Shy is just an absolute terror. Acorn doing what he can, farming with his E, but you have to see how scared he needs to play.
Yeah, you really can't go toe-to-toe with this Shy Renekton right now. Nothing shy about this Renekton, actually. Never mind. Brave Renekton.
I'm getting excited about blind pick, Noah.
I think we are going to see it, yeah. The only worry I have is Mundo Mirror in the top lane.
Oh, God. No, that's not going to happen. We're not going to see it.
I don't think so. I doubt it, but still. Oh, Spirit gets spotted by Ward.
I have the timer. Everybody moving down. Look at this. Shy just pushes, rotates, pushes, rotates. He's creating so much pressure on the map at the moment.
Yeah.
And they're just going to rush down another turret. I think this is a smart idea. Now, you need to continue to grow this advantage. 2 ultimates used right there to clear out the minion wave, though. Hart.
Oh, hey, Hart. Oh, Hart coming in for the flash pulverize onto Shy and Coco. Can they capitalize on this? Hart kicking out Shy, but gets taken down himself. Coco with the kill there. Acorn coming over the top with a nice ultimate, but do they have the capitalize on that Spirit coming in? There's a kill for Space, and CJ in firm control of this fight. Oh yeah, another kill for Coco. Deft tries to do it after Dade picks one up. Deft over the wall there, and it looks like, oh, Swift barely getting away. Dade trying to make something happen. He did get 2 kills already. Shy low. Coco comes in to try to claim one onto Dade, but Deft is still right there. They kind of fought that one to a standstill. Still a win for CJ Frost, but only barely.
Yeah, only barely, and they didn't take a turret out of it, so the fact that a couple kills did go over is encouraging for Samsung Blue, and especially because they ended up with the higher HP total, so can they actually push out a tower? Looks like no, they're not going to be able to.
Not with that wave, no. Well, maybe. Yeah, actually, I think they can, yeah, okay. I mean, Coco and Mad Life are coming back in the lane, but they should be able to just barely get it, and no, they can't. Wow.
Coco is far too farmed right now. He's already completed his death cap. They don't want to be in there at that time.
You just can't let him get close, especially with Dade at only a 3rd life there. He just would have been an easy target for Coco, who will pick up that blue buff. And so still a lead for CJ Frost, a strong lead. But Samsung Blue still with an opportunity in this game if they play things out just perfectly. Nice ward from Shy. And will we see a bit of a dive? Nah, they're backing off. If you're going to gank anyone, Shy is probably one of the hardest people to gank right now. He's just way too tanky.
Ooh, yeah, just really good control of the jungle right here. The number of wards Mad Life and Swift have been placing into this blue side jungle all game, constantly moving through, rewarding, making sure they have the blue timers.
Yeah. They've been
able to force some good fights. Acorn slowly catching up here. Oh, Coco.
Coco, Spirit trying to make something happen, manages to get away with that W.
Now, both players using their very low cooldown ultimates, so not too big of a deal, and there was no follow-up damage.
I'm telling you, eventually Sirvana's going to poke herself in the eye with that skin. Those elbow things look so dangerous, man.
More or less dangerous than Sivir's weapon.
You'll poke your eye out. I don't know. Like, I mean, it's just vulnerability to different parts of the body. You know, Sivir's going to poke herself in the eye, or rather, Shyvana will, and Sivir's going to like cut her own arm off with that blade. Dangerous stuff, you know.
So Hart has decided to actually finish Face of the Mountain first as his first major item purchase. They're really worried about the burst coming in from Coco, I think, because he is 4-0-4, because his roaming has been so successful this game.
Yep.
They need to be able to give somebody a shield, particularly since Dade doesn't have a defensive summoner of his own. Makes it a bit tricky.
Yeah.
Banshee's Veil done for Acorn right now, so that's second major item completed. He's still, of course, trailing Shy by quite a bit, but he can rely on his passive armor and his scaling into the late game to give him a little bit of an edge. Whoa.
Still going to be tanky. Oh, Dade just gets completely caught. True shot barrage to the top. Nice solar flare from Mad Life, though, just to prevent any follow-up from that. In Space a bit caught by Acorn here. Space on his own in that bot lane, and Acorn may be able to get this kill. Space with no flash, and yeah, that's an easy one for him. Meanwhile, Def gets caught here too. Whoa, Coco claims another victim. And so 1 for 2 overall in favor of CJ Frost.
Yeah, looks like Swift managed to kick Deft into an unfortunate location.
That's
there
right,
really wasn't any follow-up from that. Hart going to eat a chain right here. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, he's tanky, but not that tanky.
Doesn't have to blow his ult. Acorn putting some pressure down on the turret after getting the kill on his Space.
Yeah. Oh. And CJ Frost thinking about going for the dragon here. Looks like they will, although Hart and Spirit are right there. Acorn as well, coming from the other side. Here we go, Dragon's Ascent into the middle of it. Can they grab it? Actually, Acorn takes out Swift, but who's going to claim the dragon? It will be Coco. Meanwhile, Hart gets taken out by Coco as well. Mad Life getting chased away. Everybody trying to jump onto Spirit, who manages to flash into the dragon pit. Mad Life on the run. Coco as well. Shy. They're getting chased by Acorn here. Dade coming in to throw those bouncing bombs. There's a kill for Spirit. Samsung Blue trying to turn this one around. Spirit is there. And needs to jump back in, yeah.
Smart of him not to re-engage on it. But
right. 2 for 3. They did not get the dragon, though.
But if you're Samsung Blue, you really need to take the little victories that you can right now.
Oh, yeah. Every little bit is going to help get back into this game.
I think they're going to be a little bit too far behind. But that said, if they can take down the outer towers, which should be... They're starting to... The minion waves are starting to get strong enough that if they can hold on to what they've got with Ziggs and his wave clear and take down the outers, they'll be putting themselves back into approximate parity in this game due to better scaling.
Well, yeah, if we get to the late game, Samsung Blue may be with, they may have a little bit of an upper hand, but it's getting there. That's the tricky part.
Coco just finished his Void Staff, as our observer is showing us. He's got the blue pot too. It's just the burst now and the pick potential from this LeBlanc are absolutely nuts.
Yeah. And Mad Life just walking into the jungle, because why not?
So Mad Life with the face of the mountain now as well. And I think this is smart because Spirit, too, if we look at Spirit, he has gone for a full burst build. A lot of times we do see that Spirit of the Elder Lizard and Hex Drinker, but we usually see it followed up by a Randuin's. And this is a pick.
It's pick time. Mad Life coming in as well. Everyone coming over the Baron Wall. Hart gets caught immediately. Can he get away? Doesn't look like he will. A 4-man pulverize, but that is a dead support on the Samsung Blue side of things. And they're not done yet, yeah. Acorn, meanwhile, though, pushing in that bot lane. He does have teleport available if his team needs him. And there's a solar flare into Dade. The flash Zenith Blade brings Mad Life in. Dade will get into the Wraith Pit. Oh, he does not get away, though. His Space claims that kill.
Well,
and that's going to be a Baron for CJ Frost, no doubt.
Acorn still attempting to split push right here, but he's not very fast. Doesn't have a blade of the Ruined King. He nearly takes out Swift.
Yeah, got to be careful there. Oh, true shot barrage. Swift somehow
flashes out. Yeah.
I don't know how he even managed to flash out of that one. That was some crazy reflexes there. Spirit coming around the side with his ultimate, looking for Swift. Bad Life there as well. Looks like they will be able to take one turn in the bot lane to Acorn, teleporting back into the fight, but it may be too late. Whoa, double kill for Coco.
But they stopped the Baron.
Off. They did stop the Baron for now, yeah.
They can't do it without that Lucian.
Yep. Gave up 3 kills to do it, but they did get the turret in bot lane, so it's something at least. It's something.
This is closer than it would appear. I was surprised that Acorn went in there, but Swift able to get the reset off of the Lucian kill, so he managed to escape. And they have to be so careful about those picks. I mean, Hart really wasn't as cautious as he should have been, and they need to make sure they get control over that red side jungle, or they're going to continue to have these problems. They just need to turtle and make sure they don't get repeatedly picked off. They've all got to be buying a lot more wards right now. Last Whisper going to be the item, looks like, for Spirit, so he's just 100% dedicated to taking somebody out as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and he certainly will be able to with those items. That is a terrifying assassin, Kha'Zix. There is an exhaust on Mad Life's side, but can he get in on him in time? It's tough to lock down a Kha'Zix sometimes. Mad Life clearing some wards, getting some Baron damage onto him, as well as some damage from Deft as well.
Use his face of the mountain, though, to negate some of it, make sure that he's nice and topped off. And
oh, here we go.
Deft.
Coco coming onto Deft. Deft nearly just one-shotted by Coco. Wow.
Now that voice staff is a pretty scary item to have right now. Deft definitely going to have to go back. How do you deal with this situation? It's so difficult.
Well, you really just need that vision, and even if you have it, it's still challenging. Spirit gets caught by the solar flare. Mad Life chasing along. Heart, can he make a play here to save him? Spirit, just everybody unloading on him, and Coco comes in to claim the kill with his burst. A big bomb, though, from Dade comes in, and Acorn and Heart trying to turn it around. Swift is low, and Deft rejoining the fight now. This could be what Samsung needs. Shy, very low. Mad Life in space, zoned out. They get the kill onto Shy. And Samsung Blue trades 2 for 2.
Dade no slouch either. He just finished his Void Staff, and they were able to chain CC LeBlanc long enough there between Alistair and the Satchel Charge in order to finish off Coco.
What a big ultimate from Dade in that team fight. Everyone from Frost
played.
was so clumped up.
Oh, can they start getting turrets down? This is the big moment
will.
of truth. So
all right, let's watch
Spirit
how that
gets caught out. They know that Deft is back right now, so they get the big ult down. They start going in, but Lucian is just not there right now. So let's watch. Coco comes in, blows him up, but there's the Pulverize.
Oh, what a
there's
bomb.
the Satchel, too, to give him a little bit of a knock-up. Acorn flies in with the exhaust on, and Deft gets there about the same time Space does. So this was a pretty even fight, all things considered, and that's where you have to worry about Samsung Blue's scaling. And they're back into this one. I mean, they're only 6K gold down, which at this point just really doesn't mean a whole lot.
Yeah. No, not when both teams are near 50,000 gold. Heart, ooh, you need to be careful, man. I like the little silence icon. It kind of looks like the champion's like, I don't have anything to say about that. That's just really unfortunate, you know?
Well,
speechless.
This game really has a timer on it, because once the Banshee's Veil start piling into Samsung Blue, that's when it really gets rough for Coco, because
Frost.
if you could block one of those LeBlanc spells, your main form of burst is gone, and then the sustained damage from Ziggs is going to melt you.
Oh, nice ult from Dade, and they can chase this one. They'll probably turn and grab that dragon. Yeah, they will. Swift, ooh, you need to be careful there, buddy. Space is there. Can he get the dragon with the culling? No, Spirit blocks it. And suddenly, only a 4K gold lead for Frost, which does not matter at this point. And even the turret lead down to 1.
Can they do the Baron off of this? Are they going to be so bold?
That would be really bold and really dangerous too, so we'll see if they do. I don't think so.
They haven't had the best wards this game, and Frost has really maintained most of the control around the Baron pick. Coco, not quite there yet, so Spirit is going to be able to jump away.
Yep. Kha'Zix takes that Cypress Hill song very seriously. He just jumps around all game long.
Jump around all the time.
Yeah. He jumps up to get down even.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know actually.
Okay, pink wards going around, they dropping some in the pit as well.
Oh, Mad Life gets caught here. Oh, true shot barrage. The bomb just barely not enough. Meanwhile, Acorn trying to zone out Space, and Coco in the back, and without Mad Life in this fight, will they go for Baron?
Saved by Face of the Mountain.
Yeah.
No, they can't go for Baron, because the problem with that is that the Magic Shred, remember how it nearly one-shots Deft without the Magic Shred? Well, with the Magic Shred, Coco is going to be able to one-shot almost anybody on that team.
That's a good point, yeah. The Baron is LeBlanc's friend.
Also, it exposes your back line really badly.
Oh, hi, Swift. He swiftly retreats.
Yeah, if Samsung Blue is going to win this game, they still need to buy themselves quite a bit more time.
Yeah.
But you can see it's starting to turn around for them.
Look at all those gravestones by the red buff. Do you think that's all the people that died to those blind invades? Pretty sure.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Once Riot changes trinkets to 1 minute, they'll all disappear.
I know they added a few more of them this patch. Pretty sure. Well, Spirit. He's just going to leap over Shy. Oh, Solar Flare. Spirit actually gets caught. This could be disaster for Samsung. Heart tries to come in. There's a culling over the top. Spirit activates the ultimate to try to get away. Can he make it? Deft is there. Dade, they're going to zone. Another ultimate
Coco
comes in from Dade.
Died.
Yeah, that was pretty big. That looked scary for Samsung Blue at the start, but the power of this team is really starting to be something else.
It's just Ziggs' presence in terms of damage output in team fights in the late game is so ridiculous.
Well, and the thing is Frost keeps finding themselves a bit caught in the jungle, clumped up. If you're fighting in those narrow jungle corridors, you're going to be so vulnerable to things like Ziggs' ultimate. You know, you really need to be aware of that.
Of course, and I understand why they're trying to make picks onto this apparently squishy Kha'Zix, but
Hard in trouble. There's the pulverize. Can he get over the wall? I don't think so. Deft is there at least.
No, they're scared now, though.
So close, yeah. Oh, Dade.
Uses Ghost to dodge chains.
Ghost Ziggs. Who are you going to call? Ghost Ziggs Buster?
No, well, I suppose Coco is the Ghost Ziggs Buster this game, but he kind of messed up on his job right there.
Yeah, I guess so. Something strange in your Baron pit. Who are you going to call? Oh, Baron being done by CJ Frost as well. Dade is there. They're going to have to disengage. Yeah, this is silly. Dade, True Shot Barrage, not really hitting anybody, but there's a pursuit coming in. Ward over the wall. They need that vision. This game is really intense right now, man. The season for CJ Frost on the line, and Samsung Blue trying to make their way to the semifinals of Champion Spring for the first time.
Well, this is what happens when you pick a composition that has that mid-game power spike, and you know your enemies are going to outscale. You know, Coco did a great job in the early game of roaming, and he had that massive power spike when he first got his voice staff, but now that he's been equaled by Dade, and we do see some players getting a little bit more magic resistance. In fact, Acorn going for a Guardian Angel next.
Oh, okay. I like that, actually.
I like it, too.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a Shyvana that dies in your back line and then immediately comes back with Guardian Angel, you still need to move. You still need to respect that positioning.
Well, not to mention that she'll absorb yet another rotation of cooldowns from Coco.
Of course.
So that frees up a little breathing room for your carries.
Yep. Maybe the beginnings of a Banshee's Veil for Deft here as well.
More than likely.
Yep, I would imagine.
This is not looking good for Frost.
Probably not an Abyssal Scepter.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Even though he may want to help out Shyvana's Sunfire Cape damage.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's my expert analysis. The Negatron Cloak on Ezreal, probably not an Abyssal Scepter. I think I'm right on that one.
Could be a GA too, actually. We'll see.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that was a really nice True Shot Barrage, yeah. Coco.
You're not going to make a pick onto that, Shyvana. I'm sorry.
No, I don't think so. Not now. Baron perturbed slightly there. Keep waiting for the Millennium Falcon to fly out of his mouth.
One day in the Star Wars themed
Summoner's
Rift.
We need more themed Summoner's Rift. I miss those back in the day, you know? The winter one, all those.
The frame rate killing one, I don't miss that
one. No, I don't either. But the rest of them were good. All right, so the Tier 2 turret, barely kept alive there.
Good luck sieging against a Ziggs.
Yeah.
Dade doesn't have blue buff, though, so that's a minor advantage.
Acorn with no
CJ
teleport,
Frost.
So he's going to recall. Trying to rejoin the rest of the team. He's just going to walk through the jungle instead of recalling, I guess. Swapping things up a bit.
He's playing so aggressively right now. He's got the massive damage reduction on his ultimate, so he's pretty darn confident in terms of taking some damage.
This is so risky. They're doing Dragon, but it splits up Samsung Blue. I don't know about this. I don't know if Dragon is that important right now.
Oh, he can just solo it. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, I guess, you know, with the wave through, they can just go ahead and do it.
No vision there at all for CJ Frost, and they had a very good line set up where they had Ziggs able to throw the bouncing bombs from his own jungle.
Look at that. The gold nearly even again after being down like 7,000 or something around 20 minutes. Samsung Blue has really done an amazing job of bringing this game back to even and now back into their favor again.
Well, they did enough to...
Oh, Heart! They're trying to get the pick. Shy comes onto Deft. He gets into the Wraith Pit immediately. Hearth with the pulverize onto Coco. Can they make anything out of it? Dade on the outside. There's the ultimate. Does some decent damage. Deft trying to kite the solar flare. Does not hit him. And he's fighting Coco over the ball. Deft going after Coco. Oh, he goes after the clone. The wrong one. Meanwhile, Acorn trying to zone as best he can. He eventually has to flash out. Heart coming in yet again. Swift gets taken down by Dade. And Deft wants to make a couple more kills out of it. Can he do it? Needs to really respect that Shy. That bush. He has no idea who's in there.
He's so afraid of that.
He should be. That is proper bush respect right there, man. Could be any amount of Garens in that. Oh, Dade with the kill onto Coco, and there's Shy. Oh boy. That is it. Samsung Blue blows it wide open. Imp pretty happy with that. They're going to go right to Baron. And with only space alive, that is going to be an easy Baron at 39 minutes for Samsung Blue. Will we have the miracle steal? Oh no, it looks like they're going to jump over the wall trying to catch space. There's the exhaust, and Hart suddenly finds himself in a 1v1 with Illusion. He gets Spirit. I can't believe he stuck around for that. Look at what Space is doing. Goes back into the Baron pit, tries to take down Deft, and he nearly got him, but in the end, a Baron, they gave up Spirit to do it, but another big turnaround, swinging it to a 3,000 gold lead finally in this 40-minute game. What an insane match.
Yeah, well, coming in here, look at Deft over the wall right there. Watch Dade here onto Coco, because this is actually really interesting what he does. Throws his ult in, and then he waits for Coco to come in, and then just jumps over the wall with the satchel charge. So he, basically LeBlanc did nothing in that entire team fight because she could never get a full rotation off due to the satchel charge that Dade used. Great awareness of where LeBlanc was and getting that ability perfectly and able to toss some bombs over, and then Deft just comes in to finish her off.
He played LeBlanc like Sona plays whatever that weird piano thing she has is.
It's like a piano harp. I don't know what it is.
A harpano. Piano. I don't know.
Wow, so this is what happens when you get outscaled, basically. And CJ Frost, it's hard to fault them. They tried to make plays onto the squishy, make picks onto the squishy Kha'Zix.
Well, they had a good plan coming into this.
And man, they played the early game well. They
really
dominated the lanes, but if you are able to turtle out long enough with Shyvana, with Ziggs, against LeBlanc and Renekton, and it just takes a lot of patience. Because you have the wave clear to do it. You just have to make sure you're on top of your rotations to hold the turrets. But they have made a very solid comeback.
Oh, yeah. This has probably been one of the best games we've had all season.
Yeah, very back and forth, exciting in the beginning.
Both teams playing well. Big minion wave pushing down bot in favor of Samsung Blue. Oh, boy. Space can, well, he's a little bit afraid. Yeah, you don't know what's lurking behind that minion wave.
Everybody pushing up all waves right now. They have LeBlanc in the Shyvana lane. Not going to be able to do much against that champion. Already has her second cowl. Arcane shift forward for Deft. He's just going to fire off the True Shot barrage.
And that was a womb tribute right there. The arcane shift forward. Oh, Mad Life comes in. Deft arcane shifts away. Spirit right there. Mad Life extremely low. Ziggs ultimate. Oh, Dade got him. And there's a headbutt pulverize onto Space as well. Shy trying to come from the outside to zone, but Deft in the base already, cleaning up the rest of Frost, and there's more damage. Acorn can leave that Lee Sin be. Shy and Coco on the outside. An awkward situation for Samsung Blue, but they're okay, man. They can just camp out in the base now. There goes inhibitor number 1. And with Space and Mad Life gone and Coco soon to follow if he sticks around, I think this is game right here. Samsung Blue, the first Nexus turret under fire. Swift trying to come in, Shy trying to make something happen. Coco doing his best to defend their season on the line. There goes the first Nexus turret. It's going down a long protracted base siege. Another one, Spirit goes after Coco. Double kill for Spirit. And there's one kill for Swift. They managed to pick off Deft, but that is it, guys. There goes the second Nexus turret, and Samsung Blue will meet their sister team Ozone in the semifinals. CJ Frost's season is over. GG.
Very impressive comeback, and this is, unfortunately for Frost, the second time they've lost a game that they had a massive advantage in. They fell against Samsung Ozone as well, despite being up. So they are having some issues closing out, but it wasn't entirely their fault. It was just the Ziggs made it so difficult And the fact that Samsung Blue just wasn't afraid to keep fighting and trading evenly until they could drag the game out long enough. So really nicely played. Dade with some clutch.
Great game.
Satchel charges at the end.
Game 1 looked rough, and then it was all Samsung Blue from there on out. Acorn with a bit of a smile there as well. A celebratory choke from the coach.
Yeah, Spirit has been quite a character over the last few weeks.
Yes,
just all smiles in these games, laughing it up, having a good time. And Dade even.
Yeah, wow. That's the happiest I've seen Dade look in a long time. You know, I mean, people had a lot of questions when he switched over to blue from Ozone. Will it work out? You know, has he kind of reached his peak? Is he in his decline? And this season he has, I think, shown with a resounding no. He is still looking really good in the mid lane. And of course, Coco.
And Frost fans, your day is coming. I mean,
I wouldn't worry too much, yeah, if I was a Frost fan.
This Frost team is just, they look better every time we see them.
I mean, when you think about it, too, coming into the season with a new jungle, new mid laner, really, kind of switching things up, and then doing as well as they did. Yeah, they didn't make it to the semifinals, but they did make the playoffs, and they looked pretty good today. So, overall, I mean, yeah, like you said, if you're a Frost fan, wouldn't worry too much. They're certainly going to be strong next season. And obviously, a disappointment either way, but, you know, in the end, you need one winner and one loser, and today, that winner was Samsung Blue.
Frost put out an impressive showing, though, especially in Game 1. Their level of play, and especially Swift and Coco, they may be new, and it's just about that teamwork, that communication. When they have a little bit more time to gel, we've seen how impressive Frost is mechanically. We know how good Shy and Mad Life are, and now Swift and Coco really showing up. They just need to get their planning a little bit better into the late game, and they're going to be a very scary team.
Well, Game 1 of tonight, I feel like, was really kind of a glimpse of CJ Frost in the future. And there's Imp, of course, in the booth, congratulating. He's like, yeah, alpaca power. That lucky hair, I guess. doesn't look like Deft enjoys that too much. I have no idea why. Well, there we go.
Nice of Imp to come support his teammates here
Imp's
tonight.
like, now I'm going to crush you in the semifinals. That's what he's telling him right now.
Sets up that all Samsung semifinals. So one Samsung team will be in the finals of Champion Spring.
See, Imp is just starting the psychological warfare now. He's like, well, that was pretty good, but you know, you messed up quite a bit. I don't think you're going to do well against me.
I came here to support you tonight, Def, but I was really disappointed in your play.
That's right. He's like, well, you guys won, I guess. I'm happy, but you know, I don't think I'm going to have much of a problem in the